Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Micah-Jamal Live. Thank you for watching. If you are watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to our channel so you can stay up to date with everything that is going on. If you're not on YouTube, you can go over to YouTube. I am Micah-Jamal later on after the show, and go ahead and please subscribe and so you can stay involved. We have a few things to talk about today. Our main topic that we're going to talk about was kind of two things in one. One would be of course, the Biden administration, and then we're going to talk about the Rittenhouse. I think that's how you say his name, Rittenhouse, whatever the name of the guy is. We're going to talk about his case because it is drawing to a close. We're just going to call him Cal. It is drawing to a close, and I'm going to tell you why I think he's going to walk. Okay, with everything that went on last year, I kept telling you guys, especially with all of the police shootings, I kept telling you it is a media trial, it is a public opinion trial, and then it's a criminal trial. And when you get to the criminal trial, no matter your opinions, it's facts and law. Facts and law. So we're going to talk about why I think he's going to walk, and I'm going to talk to you guys about some of the things that went on, okay? And yes, Nikki, I was on time today because I didn't want to get a text from you, the A student. So that's a few things we're going to talk about. We're also going to talk about AOC and what she said about the Democratic Party. And we're also going to talk about the $450,000 that the Biden administration is talking to. The Department of Justice is trying to settle out of court. We're going to tell you the hypocrisy, which is going to be almost every week, about what Biden said and what he didn't say, and then his people coming to try to clean up what Biden did say. So that is what we're going to talk about today, and I also have a clip for the week, and then we will be out of here. All right. So if you guys have any questions, please drop them in the chat, and I will try my best to answer. And thank you for people who did reach out to say what they wanted to hear. And a lot of people was asking about the Cal trial. What do I think? Will he walk? Will will he win the case, or are they going to lock him up? And we'll talk about that. So we'll talk about it in a moment. And I also have a new clip that I'm going to be playing almost every single week when we talk about Joe Biden. I'm excited about that, okay? So what I need you to do right now, go ahead and share the live so your friends will know we're live. And also, once you share the live, you can drop your Cash App in the comment section, whether you're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. And then whoever wins tonight, we will send you that Cash App. Remember, you have 24 hours. Well, if you're going to drop your name, then you don't have 24 hours. I'll just send it to you. But if you do not drop your name, then you have 24 hours to get with me, and I will get that to you. So let's start. Let's see what we're going to start today. All right. So first, let's talk about this infrastructure bill. So the infrastructure bill did pass. Now, it passed in the Senate a couple of months ago, but the House did not for some reason, want to pass it. Excuse me. The progressive was like, we need the bills together. We need the infrastructure bill and the human infrastructure bill together before we sign off on it. They wanted to lump everything together. The other side was like, no, we don't need it together. We need it because we can pass infrastructure and then we can debate about everything else. So they end up passing the infrastructure bill without debating about everything else. Why? Because in my opinion, everything that could go wrong with the administration went wrong, and they needed a win. You had the botch job that we did in Afghanistan. You had the murder from the administration of innocent civilians who actually was helping the American people that happened in Afghanistan. You had the oil prices go through the roof. You have gas prices go through the roof. You have inflation going through the yin yang. You have unemployment still, not doing as well as they hoped. The job markets did not come and say, so you had all this coming together, and all this. You had the crisis at the border. You had the the Canadian president come out and dog out our president. You had all this, and you had Sleepy Joe sleeping at the summit, the climate summit. And then you had the failure to secure Virginia governorship. You had all that come out, and they needed a win. So here you go. 13 Republicans voted for the infrastructure bill. 6 Democrats voted against the infrastructure bill. Now, Kevin McCarthy, who is the leader of the Republicans in the House, was very upset because he wanted the Democrats to pass his bill on party line. But 16 of his members went ahead and voted to pass the bill. So we have our infrastructure bill. Now, Joe Biden and comrades are all about the Green New Deal, all about climate, all about we need to save our climate. However, Joe Biden is now on a tour of the country to sell a bill to the American people that's already been passed. You just can't make this stuff up. I don't know why he's on the tour now to sell a bill that's already been passed, but he's on the tour and he's using Air Force One. He's using all the motorcades that he has to drive from location to location and polluting the air, okay? But still, they want us to stop doing the air. And yes, this is my nice little picture that was created by Jamilian, guys. So if you want to support him, send me a message. I'll send you guys his contact. Everything you guys send me, I do try to use some type of way. So yes, and if you want to send me something, I prefer Cash App, $, I am Micah-Jamal, or you can send me a gift, and I would definitely try to use it as well. So thank you guys for being loyal supporters, and thank you guys for being consistent listeners. So that's what we stand with the infrastructure bill. Little to nothing we can do now. I think that the progressive was stupid. I think they was dumb for caving and voting for the bill. So now they have no leverage when it comes to the human infrastructure bill. They really have no leverage because the leverage that they did have, they folded and they got this bill passed. So we have to wait and see what happened. Now, look at this video and then we will talk. This is how I feel that the American people feel about Joe Biden.
This bitch got me paying her rent, paying for trips, diamonds on her neck, diamonds on her wrist. Here I am all alone.
There we go. There we go. There was all of what. You know what? Whatever he needs, he's gonna come and he's gonna bring the American people together. He's gonna come and he's gonna be the knight in shining the knight in shining armor guard, whatever, the knight in shining, whatever they call it, because of the bad man Donald Trump. But now people are like, dang it, Joe, what the are you doing? Okay, now I'm gonna take you through a series of clips. Not my words, but Joe Biden words. I want you to listen how this unfolded. And for the life of me, I do not understand why they keep letting this man go out and talk. But they do. He is the president, so people are going to listen. But something is not right. Something is not right. But it's okay. So listen to what Biden said. And first of all, let's see which clip we're going to go first. Here we go. Now listen to what Biden said, okay?
Saying that your administration is planning to pay illegal immigrants who are separated from their families at the border up to $450,000 each, possibly $1 million per family. Do you think that that might incentivize more people to come over illegally?
If you guys keep sending that garbage out, yeah, but it's not true.
So this is a garbage report?
Yeah.
Okay. So
$450,000 per person. Is that what you're saying?
That was separated from a family member at the border under the last administration.
That's not going to happen.
That's what Biden said. It's not going to happen. Then the deputy press secretary came out and said this. Why? Because the press secretary got tested positive for COVID. So she's no longer working right now. So I hope you're doing well. But this is what the deputy press secretary had to come out and try to fix it.
Garbage report.
Yeah.
The president is perfectly comfortable with the Department of Justice settling with the individuals and families who are currently in litigation with the U.S. government.
That's not what Biden said. Biden said that's not going to happen. But then his deputy press secretary came and cleaned it up for him and
Garbage
said,
report.
Yeah.
The president is perfectly comfortable with the Department of Justice settling with the individuals and families who are currently in litigation with the U.S. government.
and this is why I say the American people are crying.
Grenade for ya. Throw my hand on the blade for ya. This bitch got me paying her rent, paying for trips, diamonds on her neck, diamonds on her wrist. Here I am all alone.
All alone, he left y'all all alone. Why aren't they on the same page? They're never on the same page. I agree. They're never on the same page. So I keep telling you guys, you cannot. I don't understand, guys. At least when Donald Trump came and said something, his people backed it. No matter. We knew that he did not have the largest inaugural in the history. We knew that. We knew that it was not bigger than the first black president. We knew that. But Sean Spicer came out and he tried to sell it. I'm pretty sure they was in the back office like, Donald, what the are you talking about? You had nowhere near the largest inaugural in history. But I'm going to go out and do my job. So at least they were still on the same page, no matter how outrageous it is. But now you have the president of the United States coming out and saying something, and then days later, his people had to come out and correct him. And it happened time and time and time again. Now listen to the lie that Joe Biden said. So let's play this clip. Here goes Joe.
Here's the thing.
Sure.
If, in fact, because of the outrageous behavior of the last administration.
Wrong clip. Here goes Joe.
You said last week that this report about migrant families at the border getting payments was garbage.
No, I didn't say that. If you guys keep sending that garbage out, yeah.
So this is a garbage report.
Yeah.
Come closer. Listen to it one more. One more. Once and again.
On the election front, I actually
You said last week that this report about migrant families at the border getting payments was garbage.
No, I didn't say that. If you guys keep sending that garbage out, yeah.
So this is a garbage report.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. He clearly said, if you guys keep reporting that garbage. So is this a garbage report? Yes. You said last week that it's a garbage. Oh, I didn't say that. What are you talking about? Joe, do you not know that this is the 21st century? This is 2021. Everything you say can and will be used against you in the court of public opinion. We can go back and play the clip. So that's why I had to put the clip together. So we all know that he's a liar.
You said last week that this report about migrant families at the border getting payments was garbage.
No, I didn't say that. If you guys
Grenade for ya. Throw my hand on the blade for ya. This bitch got me paying her rent, paying for trips, diamonds on her neck, diamonds on her wrist. Here I am all alone.
All I have to say. Now, that's not me, Mr. President. That is the American people. And speaking about, because I know they're watching, and let me tell you guys, the American government used taxpayer money and spent, I think, about $300-something thousand last week to gain information and to get information about your public information that you have online. Facebook, Instagram, Google, Twitter, all these platforms, they report. This public information is out there. It is companies out there that take this information and lump it together. So let's say Micah-Jamal in all of my social media's account, all of my Amazon, Prime, Twitter, Instagram, everything I have online. Every comment I made, all the messages that I sent back and forth, my snaps, my stories, all of this. Bundled up really nice, waiting to someone to come pay for it. And usually companies pay for this so they know how to advertise when you go to their website. Now, the federal government is doing the same thing. They are paying for this information, and now they are able to see what you're doing. A lot of people get outraged, like, oh my God, this is something, and blah, 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 blah. If you don't want them to know, don't post it. If you don't want them to know, don't put it in your messenger. If you don't want them to know, don't Snapchat it. If you don't want them to know, don't tweet it. This is a generation, and this is the America that we live in now, and everything is on social media. This is why the government is like, hey, let's make our job easier, and let's just go buy their data. Do I think it's wrong? Yes, but it's not illegal as of yet. So the government can do what they want to do when it comes to that. Other companies buy your information all the time. That's a risk you take when you do get online. All right. So since we touched on this clip, let's go ahead here. Let's go ahead here. And this is what AOC had to say about why the Democratic Party lost the recent election in Virginia.
On the election front, I actually think we have good news as well. I know that Virginia was a huge bummer, and honestly, if anything, I think that the results show the limits of trying to run a fully 100% super moderated campaign that does not excite, speak to, or energize a progressive base. And frankly, we weren't even really invited.
Now, a lot of people are dogging her because she said a super moderated campaign. We understand that she meant moderate, okay? That's what she meant, guys. So stop dogging this lady out, which rightfully so, because she dogged everybody else out. But she meant a moderate campaign. So she said that, listen, you guys ran a moderate campaign. So the left wing, the more progressive people, did not come out to vote. So a little fun fact, about 55 to 59% of Virginia's 5.9 million registered voters came out and voted during this last election. They haven't seen numbers like that since, I think, 1997. So maybe AOC is onto something. But that also could backfire. Because if they was running a progressive agenda, then you would have had the progressive camp come out to vote. But then you would have had more Democrats, because a lot of Democrats left the party to vote for the Republican. Then you would have had more Democrats move. The question is there enough progressives in Virginia to balance that out? And I don't think it is. So I think that the Democratic Party, they did not run a great campaign, but is better than running a progressive campaign, because they went after Trump more than they went after Youngkins. Trump this, Trump that. Trump came to campaign with him. Trump never stepped foot in Virginia to campaign with him. The Democratic Party allegedly also sent people from the KKK or some type of racist group to the Youngkins rally and wanted you to believe that Youngkins is supported by the racists. You also had Democratic House members that was up for election, going around the day before the election and taking up signs and vandalizing signs of the opponent, the Republican opponent, that got stopped by the cops. It came that their tag was dirty, and also the license was suspended, allegedly. So again, they did not run the most smart campaign. They thought just anti-Trump will get them elected. And I believe that message that I am not Trump or we are anti-Trump, the Republican Party is Trump, would have worked if Biden was a successful president. But since everything that had been placed before Biden, he had failed at, you no longer can say, oh, Trump this, Trump that, Trump this. Because now the people are saying, well, at least under Trump, we had border security. At least under Trump, we had reasonable gas prices. At least under Trump, we didn't have inflation. Now, you can argue the opposite of every last thing that I just said, but this is what is in the mindset of the people. At least under Trump, we didn't have these vaccine mandates. This is the things that goes on in the mind of the people. Then if you don't believe it, just go look at the exit polls. So, although AOC had a good point, maybe, possibly, you have to weigh the option, which is going to be better, okay? So, next thing we need to talk about, we need to talk about the vaccines mandate. But before we get there,
It's time for another. I know you fucking lying.
this is probably one of my favorite clips ever, okay? You got to watch real closely because it's fast. It's fast. The internet has no chill whatsoever. When I say no chill, they have no chill whatsoever. But anyway, that is funny to me. So when I'm having a bad day, I always go watch that because that is funny to me. So moving on from that clip, because again, that is very, 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 very funny. The mandates. All right, guys. So this is what's going on with the mandates. A judge, and I'm getting my notes just in case I forget. So, a judge on Saturday, I believe it was, halted the mandate that the Biden administration is trying to force private companies with employees over 100 in numbers to either A, get vaccinated or fired, or B, get tested weekly or get fired. Three options. Get vaccinated, get tested weekly, or get fired. Those are three options. One, when they come to the vaccine, people are saying that the government should not force people to take a vaccine. Two, when it comes to the testing, the government did not offer money to test people to Jesus come that's not going to get vaccinated. So now the company is at a standstill because people are leaving the job market. And I keep telling you guys about the unemployment number. And you go and look it up. People go read. The unemployment number will change. You're not considered unemployed if you stop looking for a job. The unemployment number it's basically people that is that are unemployed and seeking a job. They actively seeking a job. So you can still be unemployed, but if you stop looking for a job, you are taken out of the unemployment number. That is why you keep seeing the number drop. It's not because all these jobs are being created. It's because people are finding other ways to make income than going to a regular 9 to 5. They decided to, you know what, let's stop that. Let me just follow my dream. So it's not that the market is booming, it's people stop looking for a job. But now you want to put this mandate out. A company is going to have to, one, raise the rate on wages, which I think they need to do anyway. And for two, it's going to be the survival of the fittest. Restaurants are going to have to close back now and again or go back to 25%. Hotels are going to be ghost towns because if you cannot find people to work because people don't want to get the vaccine, then you cannot have people come in and work. If I don't have no one to work, I cannot rent a room to you. If I don't have no one to work, I cannot flip a burger and give to you. If I don't have nowhere to work, I can't go with your feet. If I don't have anyone to work, I can't go and wash your car. If I don't have anyone to work, I can't get you hot fries. If I don't have anyone to work, I can't be Burger King, have it your way. Because I don't have any workers. Because the government want me to mandate you get a vaccine and you're going to say, hell no. Then I'm going to say, well, I could test you every week. Oh, yeah, you can do that. But you're going to have to pay for your own test. Like they literally said that they can give it to the employee to pay for it. Not the employer, the employee. Like Biden, your people. What the hell are y'all thinking? It just doesn't make sense. But the judge halted it, and he said, or they said, because it was a panel of judges, this mandate have a cause to believe that there are grave statutory and constitutional issues with the mandate. Basically saying, you need to wait, let us go, let us research, let us read the text, let us compare it to others, and let's see if this is constitutional or not. Okay, and they gave the administration, I believe, to Monday night or something like that to win their response. And the administration said the rules are designed to address grave danger posed by COVID-19 in the workplace and will save thousands of lives and prevent hundreds of hospitalization. Blocking this will cause dozens or hundreds of lives per day. The rules are designed to address grave dangers posed by COVID-19 in the workplace and will save thousands of lives and prevent hundreds of people going to the hospital. Blocking this will cause dozens or even hundreds of lives per day. Which is amazing to me because if you go pull the numbers, with the vaccine, more people have died from COVID in this year alone compared to last year. And we still have 2.5 more months in this year. I looked up yesterday, we had over 1,000 deaths from COVID. So if you're telling me to implement this mandate will only save, we will only have dozens or 100 of lives dead. Well, right now you have thousands of lives dying per day. Have the vaccine, but still have more positive cases than you did last year. So how can you explain to the American people that the mandate will work. Now, do I think you should get a vaccine? I think that you should do whatever you think is right for you. That's not my place to mandate. That's not my place to say. What me and my doctor discussed and what I decide that's my decision. However, you cannot come out and say that we need these mandates in order to save lives when you have a vaccine out there and more people are still dying in the year that the vaccine is out than when we did not have a vaccine. I don't understand, and I keep saying it and I keep beating the horse. I don't understand how people can work for 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 months. And they are good enough to work for that, to get you through your pandemic. But now that you have money, go do your research and see how many politicians have stock in Pfizer. It was only about 36 in 2018. Now over a third of your elected officials in Washington have stocks in Pfizer. Follow the money. Will it save lives if you get vaccinated? That's up to the science. It's up to the science. Because now we're seeing more people contracting COVID now with the vaccine. We're not seeing deaths, not many, but we're seeing people contracting the virus even with the vaccine. So yeah, the vaccine may save you, but it's also money behind it. Yeah, because the more shots you get, the more they have to produce, the more the government have to pay, the more that the stockholders, i.e., more than a third of the people in Washington, D.C. and Congress gets paid. Follow the money, people. So, yesterday alone, 1,678 deaths. And this mandate is only going to save dozens or hundreds of lives? Ooh. Well, Nika says, so what is going to happen for all the people who took the shot because of this mandate if it does get blocked going forward? Do they get compensated for being forced to do something to survive, to keep a job that is no longer needed? Good point. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? And I can assure you that the government is not going to compensate you because you are an American citizen doing what the government tells you to do. Now, if you want to go over to Mexico or go over to Haiti and then come and break into the interior of the United States, then we're going to pay you $450,000. According to the garbage reporting that been going on for a couple of weeks now. So this is why, guys. This is why this is the feeling of the American
That's a grenade for ya. Throw my hand on a blade for ya. This bitch got me paying no rent, paying for trips, diamonds on her neck, diamonds on her wrist. Here I am all alone.
That is why. So moving on to our last topic for the night, and then we're going to go. Cow. Disclaimer out there. Let me put this disclaimer out there before we start talking about this man. If you don't like what I have to say, that is fine. That is okay. You don't have to like what I have to say. And I don't really care if you like it or not. But we're going to talk about him. And I'm going to tell you what I think. And I'll tell you guys what I think. Now, I let me tell you the backstory, and then I'll tell you what I think. And remember, you have to take this when you're looking at this trial and take out your personal opinion and look at the facts of the case. Take out your personal opinion. Whether you think that cops are racist, whether you think that the justice system is tilted towards the white man in a good way and tilted towards the black man in a negative way. Whatever your opinion is, take that out while we talk about the case really quick. So this man here, Jacob Blake, was shot by cops, I think about 7 times last year. Okay? Cops were called, and you see here is a still picture of Jacob going to get in the car while the cops were trying to stop him. So he didn't die. You know, last year we had a lot of police shootings that got in national news, but we didn't have. Let me stay because now I'm about to get on a tangent. So he did not die. He is paralyzed. Allegedly, his girlfriend called and said that he wasn't supposed to be there and he was either hitting her or being rudely or whatever. So they dispatched officers. They also come to realize that he had a warrant out for his arrest. So now you have officers going to a domestic violence call with a man who is wanted, that is on the run. Not knowing what they're going to get into, not knowing what's going to happen. He said that he was trying to keep 2 people from fighting, what have you, but he had a knife. And he said that he wasn't going to use the knife to harm the cops, but he had a deadly weapon, which was a knife. Why he did this, I don't know. But he went towards the vehicle, and then he tried to get in the vehicle, although they were telling him to stop. Now, when the first came out, the body cam that came out, I thought was very stupid. And I told people back then, go and just wait, let's see what all come out. Because the first video came out just of the shooting. It didn't show everything leading up to the shooting. So the prosecutor came out and said, we're not going to charge anybody, any cops in this shooting. Now, of course, the city was in an uproar because you just had George Floyd, you just had this, you just had that. You had all this thing going on at once. So the city was in uproar because now another black man was shot by white cops. The cops are racist. Everything is racist. Oh my gosh, let's burn it down. Which I still don't understand because you burned down your city, the places that you need to survive. I didn't get that. But here comes a guy, Kyle. Kyle was like, well, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the job that the cops are not doing. I'm an medic. So I'm going to go in and provide medical assistance. I'm going to go in and take off stuff, the graffiti off the walls. I'm going to do all of this. People are saying, oh my God, there was a lie. He didn't. You have video of him rendering medical assistance. You have it on there that he actually was helping now. You actually have video of him actually scrubbing graffiti off wall. You have all of that. The night progressed. He ended up shooting and killing 2 people and wounding another. So now he's on trial. And now you have to question why he's crossed state lines. The media is portraying that this man came from Georgia to Wisconsin. Now he came across the border of the state, and allegedly it's only like not more than 30, 40 minutes from where he's staying. Some reports saying that he worked in Kenosha. That's how close it was. But the reason why I think that he is going to get off, because he is doing this his defense is that, he had to shoot them in self-defense. The prosecutor and the dumb prosecutor that they have basically is saying that the guy with the gun did not shoot you first, so why did you shoot him? Although the guy had the gun, although the guy was charging at him, he didn't shoot you. You should have waited till he shot you before you shot him. And then you had another guy come after him, and he felt that the guy was going to try to disarm him, and he feared for his life, so he shot him before he can disarm him and shoot him. So you have this case that's coming to a self-defense argument, which in this law, not your opinion, but within the law makes sense. It makes sense. Because Kyle, and I'm not here to defend Kyle, I'm just giving you guys what's going on. Kyle did not just go shooting people. Kyle did not go look for black people and shoot them, because he shot a white guy. One guy was beating him upside the head with a skateboard. He shot. One guy had a gun charging at him. He shot. One guy tried to, and what he thought to disarm him, so he shot him. And then you have a prosecutor that got caught coaching a witness. This is dirty. This is funky. And now they're saying, if you did not charge the cops, how are you then charging him? I think the guy's going to walk. I think they are going to have a legit self-defense argument. Whether I agree, whether you agree. According to the law, I think they're going to meet that burden of proof. So I think he's going to walk, guys. I really do. We're going to wait. We're going to see, because they're supposed to go into deliberation hopefully by the end of the week, no later than Tuesday. So maybe by next Wednesday, we will have a verdict. And we'll be here to talk about it. So, I don't know, guys. But in closing, how do you guys think the American people feel about Joe Biden? This is a
Grenade for ya.